their environment and to change their environment. And sometimes that's not always good. Most of the time we change our environment based on our desires, and our desires are not always what we need. As I've talked about before, desires often lead to wrong decision and wrong thought. And so we create this world, this technological world with computers and TV and whatever it may be. And man's wrong desire corrupts those things. I mean, it puts porn on TV, on the computer, puts violence on TV and the computer. And all this stuff we spend so much time watching, and it all gets put into our subconscious, whether we know it or not. We may think that it doesn't affect us, but I can guarantee you that it affects you to some degree. And so it changes our mindsets. It changes the people who we are. And we live in a world of, I don't say in America, but a lot of other third world countries live in a world of scarcity. They don't have enough food. They're starving. They don't have clean water. And we just look at that, or we think that just Africa or some countries in Africa, but there's so many people in the world that are starving and dying of disease that could easily be helped if they had money. If they just had money. But they live in a society and a government that's corrupt, and it takes from the people. And so the people suffer. And that suffering perpetuates into anger and sadness and negative thought. And that physical suffering turns into mental suffering. And it causes a lot of grief in the world. We as Americans and other people that may be watching in other first world countries often take this for granted. We take for granted how easy our life really is compared to some of these other people. And if they lived in our lives, they would be incredibly happy. I was just watching a documentary called Human, where they interview all these people from different countries and talk to them about their lives and ask them specific questions. And it really got to me, it really touched me, how some of these people can suffer so much. And you don't really think about it. I mean, I take for granted everything I have. I mean, I have a pretty hard job in most standards of America, whatever. I have a pretty physical job and whatever, and I get upset about it, and I tell myself it makes me suffer, and I'm always tired when I get home. But these people are working jobs, they're working 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, doing some of the worst things that you can do. Some of the hardest work that you can do. And they make pennies on the dollar. They make just enough money to feed themselves that day, or feed themselves the next day. And we're over here buying luxuries, buying $30,000 cars, buying a $600 phone, buying Xboxes and speaker systems and all kinds of crap. And I'm not saying that that's wrong to have all those things, but there's a lot of people in the world that just have way more money than they really need. And you could help a lot of people with that money. The way I see it, if you have more money than you really need, then you're keeping that from somebody that could use it more than you. This whole society that we built on this me, I worked for it, I deserve it, it's mine, is completely wrong. Just because you worked hard for your money doesn't mean someone else is working hard for their minimum wage job. You're just the result of your environment. You can't take responsibility for anything that you've obtained in your life, because it was all luck, it was all experience, it was all your biological predisposition. It's an illusion that it was actually you that did it. All that desire, all that drive is driven by your environment. It's not some decision that you wake up and decide to do. So that me mentality is completely wrong. And that's why those people that think me suffer so much. And that could be part of the reason why they think that, is because they are suffering. And so they're just trying to take and take and take. And their mind thinks that physical things are going to make them happy, when they know deep down that it's not. They know it's not. And society plays rules into the government, into society, based upon what's going to stimulate the economy, what's going to make the economy grow, and not what's best for the people. Because the ones in power, the ones in government, are the ones that have spent their life being selfish and trying to obtain power. Not all of them, but most of them. They're in that position because they've done things that they shouldn't. They've done selfish things that they shouldn't have. And so they make the laws that we follow. They manipulate our society. I mean, they're the ones choosing what to put on TV. They're the ones choosing what rules should be put into place. And so it influences our thought. It influences our decisions. And we base our decisions off of those selfish ideals. And so it's no wonder that we have such wrong thought. We've had these imposed illusions. We've been indoctrinated by these beliefs that are completely and utterly wrong. We can't live a selfish lifestyle if we're going to be happy. Just because our society is selfish, just because it tells us we should be selfish, doesn't mean we should. We're all in this together. And if you try to do everything on your own and be selfish, you're gonna fail. else is going to suffer. So that's what I've been trying to say. That's what I'm just trying to get across. As society scopes our belief, and so we need to be careful about what we think, what kind of decisions we use, what we base our decisions off of. You have to be mindful and look deeply into these things. Because if you don't look deeply, if you're not mindful, you're just going to react automatically. You're just going to take whatever as fact. And if you don't question it, you're going to impose upon yourself a lot of illusions, a lot of lies. So that's why you have to be mindful. You have to be aware. You have to question everything that's put to your mind. So that's all I want to say to you guys. Just be mindful. Don't follow the herd. Be your own person. Be mindful. Choose your actions based upon what you want to do, not what society has told you how you should be, but how you want it to be, how you want to feel. Don't let society break you down, make you a bad person because you had some bad experiences. Don't go out there hating the world, being angry because somebody else was angry at you. Don't allow yourself to be influenced like that. You gotta be stronger than that, more self-aware than that, and realize if you look deeply into what caused your anger, what caused your sadness, you would understand it a lot better. And you'd see the deep roots of it, and you wouldn't be angry at it. We get angry because all we see is the result. We see it only on a superficial level, and we don't understand it. The negative thought comes from misunderstanding, comes from ignorance. So be mindful, guys. Be aware. With anything you do today, just be that. Be aware. When emotions arise, when decisions arise, especially negative emotion. But be aware when positive emotion arises. Be aware of what made that arise. Be aware of the good things in life. But be aware so that you can avoid the bad. Hope you guys have a great day, great weekend. Thanks.